coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's. Shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. Big love, man. Big love. I appreciate you all. We back at it again, man. 33 years of prison stories. Appreciate the support, man, for all the videos. I want to tell y'all now off the top, we need to hit that like button and subscribe if you are not subscribed. 70-something% of the people watching my videos are not subscribed. That's mind-boggling to me. But we need to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So take a little minute and subscribe. Hit the like button. Share these videos and you know, make this algorithm move, man, so we can get more players up in this party, man. We can get more players up in this party. We trying to start a movement here with this Banky Pound movement, spreading positive energy all over the world. That's our goal. That's our destination. That's what we're going to do. So hit that subscribe button and come on, join this party, man. TVP stand up salute. Today I'm gonna give man, today I'm gonna give y'all a crazy one, man. It's a crazy one. This is about one of my Cellys, man, but he also was my homeboy. And I'm gonna tell y'all, man, it was a crazy situation, man. It was a crazy situation. As I told y'all, you know, when you got a homie, you always got to show that love. You always got to try to make everything work. So you got to go above and beyond. And trust me when I tell y'all, this one was testing me. Because this is my homeboy. Not only was he my homeboy, he's from my side of the town. He from Southeast DC. Stand up. That's what's up. But let me tell y'all right now. This brother, we called him Southeast. And they put him in the cell with me. And he's a good brother now. A good brother all the way around the board. Good brother. But my brother, Hygiene, was on zero. When I tell y'all zero, I mean zero, man. He smelled like, man, yesterday's news, man. You know, and I ain't say nothing to him at first. I just was going with the flow and filling him out. But, man, he just, you know, and he played basketball. He played basketball a lot, so he would go outside and play ball and be sweaty and you know, all musty and everything from balling. And he'll come back in and everybody be getting in line and you know, racing and trying to get their spot to get in the shower. He be just as calm as I don't know. He go out there and start playing cards and all that, the dry sweat, dry all up on him and everything. And I'm like, man, what, you know what I'm saying? What, you know? And let me tell you, I watched him and I'm like, I'm trying to figure him out at first, see what he doing. But what I figured out later on, he was going back in the cell. So when I leave, he'll go bird bath. He'll get in the zinc and wash himself up, you know, a little washcloth. We call that bird bath in prison. He'll hit himself off with a washcloth or whatnot. But, you know, if you've been out there balling and doing all that stuff, man, you need a shower. You need to get all that stuff up off you. But that was his routine, you know. And like I say, he had a little body odor. But that won't nothing. And I tell you nothing, I mean nothing compared to what was coming out of his mouth, man. That breath coming out of his mouth, man, was like a 1-2 hook from Tyson, man, with bare knuckles in 86, 87. So if you knew who Tyson was back then, you know what I'm talking about. Man, this dude breath, man, was out of this world, man. It was like, I don't know, man. I can't even put a scent on it, man. It was like hot lava, you know, mixed with, you know, skunk and feces. I mean, it was just horrible. He have said things to me, and I've caught a whiff of it, and it just like made me weak. That's how bad his breath was. But I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt because he's my homie, and I'm trying to, be cool and cordial about the situation. Man, I even offered him when he came in the cell, he didn't have much. You know, you can see he traveled light. He didn't have no whole lot of property, no whole lot of nothing. I offered him, which I do to most of my sellers, but even more so my homies, I offered them toothpaste, soap, deodorant, food, all of that stuff. Do you know he took the food. He took the food. He gave me back the deodorant, the toothpaste, the soap. He said he was good on that. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm thinking in my mind, he got some here somewhere that I don't know about. You know, but little do I know, later on I'll find out why he say that. But he take the food and he say he appreciate, you know, all this and all that. But he say, I don't need that. So I'm thinking, cool, you know, I respect that. You know, somebody try to give you something. If you don't need it, don't take it. You know, some dudes, they'll take what you try to give them. Even though they got some in the cut, they'll still take it anyway, just being greedy. So I respected the fact he said he didn't need it and he gave it back. So, like I say, time go on, man. We in the cell together, we chilling. It's rough in there, cause it's rough in there because I can smell it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no question I can smell it. And I had a TV, and I'm on the bottom bunk. He ain't got no TV, so he on the top bunk. So we would be, I would sit down that night and watch TV or whatever, and he'll be on the top bunk and I'm watching the TV. Now, you mind you, the cells is super small. So the TV may be like right here, and I'm like, the bunk is right here, so we laying there watching TV. So he might lean over the top bunk and be watching the TV as well because it's on the shelf. And we watching, but he would be breathing, just regular breathing. And man, this breath would be coming down there, and I'm watching this TV, man. They'd be like, boom, 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 boom. I mean, just hit me, man. I mean, hit me hard. If he breathe hard or laugh, woo, it was rough, man. It was rough. And I'm trying to deal with it because, like I say, he a homie. But he ain't young. He ain't really young. He ain't number like 2 or 3 years younger than me, you know. And he on like his third or fourth bit, right? So, like I say, I'm being more tolerant than I usually be because that's my homie. Plus, that's the only problem that we really got in there, you know. And every time the door's open, he out the cell. He gone. He doing his thing. He ripping and running. He ain't bothering me. He ain't in my way. It's just that hygiene, man. That hygiene, that's the only problem that we really rocking with. So now it get to the point where every time I'm out the cell, somebody else is taking it, making it their business to pull up on me or say something to me, or when we in mid-conversation or talking about something, they'll say, shh, man, yo, Celly in that breath, man. And yo, Celly breath hot as I don't know what. Man, what's wrong with your Celly breath? And this is the crazy part. Not only was his breath like that, but also he had a missing tooth in front. What we call in prison, we call a buck naked. So he had a buck naked in front and everything. And he would get right up on you and be talking like, yo, you know, what's up? You know, like Cat Williams said, all H words, like, you know what I'm saying? Huh? Yeah, how you know, and all that, man, that breath be boom, boom. I mean, you know, so cats be talking about it, but they wouldn't say nothing to him because he can rumble. You know what I'm saying? He can rumble and he will rumble. You know what I'm saying? So they wouldn't say nothing to him. So they was trying to say something to me with the reverse psychology saying that I'm going to say something to him. So I know what it was, but at the same time, they wouldn't say nothing to him. He'd go out there, like I say, he be balling, and they know he'll rumble because he get fouled or they get talking, and he'd be like, what's up? What's up, Joe? I mean, what's up? You know, he ready to go. He on call. So they know he won't no chump, but they was like talking about him behind his back, but they wouldn't really say it to his face because they wanted me to pass the message to him. And like I say, I was a victim of that. I was a victim just as much as them because he talking to me more than anybody. So I can smell it John every day. I'm with him every day. So I'm like, boom, and I'm trying to figure him out. But you know, when you think about it, that's a hard subject, you know, to go to a man and say, look, bro, you know what I'm saying, man, you need to tighten up on your hygiene, bro. You know, that's a hard subject, man, because you don't know how that can go. That could go a lot of ways. You see what I'm saying? That could go south at any time. But it was a true statement. It was a true bill. So, anyway, like I say, we go on. Dudes is talking to me about it. He go out there a lot, too, in the park to play cards. You know, he like to play cards. He play spades. He get to playing and running his mouth and talk. Dudes play cards with him every day. You know, but then, you know, I don't know if because he winning or losing, whatever, but then when he ain't around, they talking about how funky he smell, how his breath is, this, that, and the third. So they would never had the nerve or the heart to go tell him to his face. But they talked about him at all times. And then, man, he liked to, he didn't really have a lot, so he ate that bulk meat. You know, that's what we call it in there, that bulk meat. That's kitchen food. Everything out the kitchen he eat, because he didn't have a lot of personal, you know, stuff like a commissary or stuff like that. He won't get no money in that I knew of, because he won't go in the commissary. So everything he had was, as far as food wise, he had to eat them 3 hots that they give you, which is just miserable. Ain't no other word. It's horrible. So he had to eat it because that's all he had. Although I would try to give him food from time to time. Sometimes he'll take it and sometimes he'll say he all right. You know what I'm saying? But he ate them 3 meals a day. Now, if you eating them 3 meals a day, I'm going to tell you something. Anybody who been in prison will tell you, especially in Virginia, if you eating them Jones and you eating that bulk meat, you pass gas, man, and you can kill somebody. You pass gas and you can literally kill somebody, because that bulk meat, it comes out, man. It comes out your pores. It comes out when you use the bathroom, man. It's just, woo, it's like worse than worse. And you know when dudes eating that stuff, they walk around and you might be walking through the park or something, and somebody done pass gas, one of them dudes that eat all that kitchen food, eat that bulk meat, you walking through and you walk through that cloud of funk, and you might be, man, you'll get weak in your knees, man. I'm telling y'all, man, this stuff may sound funny, but it was serious. It was real. It was real in there, man. Them dudes eat that bulk meat, man. They pass gas, man. You know it, man. You can smell it. It's different. You know, they go in there and use that bathroom, and it seeps out into the pod. You can smell that, man. That joint was serious, man. That is serious. You know, I ain't eat it. I ain't eat it, period. You know what I'm saying? I ain't food with it. You know what I'm saying? That's real talk. I ain't eat the kitchen food. I stayed locked up 30-some years. I ain't eat that kitchen food when they started that bulk meat. I ain't eat that kitchen food for over 20-some years. You know, I don't fool with it. I really personally think it's the cause. A lot of dudes who did a lot of time getting that colon cancer and stuff like that, I think it's the cause of it, because that meat was processed, man, and it had no name to it. It was a pork, beef, poultry. What was it? They call it bulk meat. What was it? You know, we don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I know I ain't eat it. I ain't want to parse of it. But dudes ate it off of necessity, and you actually had some dudes who liked it. But I'm going to tell you one thing. When it came out of you, whoo, man, it smelled like some stuff when you ain't never smelled before. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. It was horrible, man. It was vicious. But he used to eat that, and so when he go use that bathroom, man, it's crucial in there. It's vicious. You know, I try to stay out the way. If he say he got to use the bathroom, I be trying to wait till count clear. Wait till count clear something, bro. Let me get up out here where I ain't got, you know, I don't want to be up under that type of press, you know. So yeah, usually he was cool with that, and he'll let me get on up out there. But man, it was a terrible thing, man, messing with him with that type of practices that he did. So I can remember when it was just I was getting fed up with it myself, but I was dealing with it, you know. And I remember going out in the pod one time, the dudes was saying something to me about it again. And I asked, I said, man, won't y'all tell him, man? Why y'all keep telling me? And I'm just saying, you in there with him, man. I know you can smell that stuff too, man. You got to be able to smell that stuff, man. I said, yeah, man, but I mean, y'all keep telling me like I can make a grown man, you know what I'm saying? It's like, man, that's your homeboy, man. He always coming out here, man, coming to the spade game, talking trash and smiling, little buck nigga in his mouth, man, bro, smelling like skunk, man. I said, man, go ahead, man. Y'all tell that man. I said, man, y'all want me to call him over? Nah, don't call him. Okay, then, why y'all telling me? You know what I'm saying? But that's all they used to do was tell me. And I'm going to tell you, man, you eat that bulk meat. Whew, man, I remember going in the cell one time. He had used the bathroom. He must have used the bathroom prior to me going in there. He had left out. But the smell was still in there. So I walk in the joint. I remember walking in the cell, and I'm like, what in the world? So I literally started looking around. I'm looking up under the bunk. I'm pulling the lockers out, looking around the locker. You know what I'm saying? So he come in the cell, and he be like, what's up? You lost something? I'm like, man, what in the, I'm like, you can't smell that in here? He said, what? I said, man, it's funky as I don't know what in here, dog. So I'm looking to see if somebody threw a bag of feces or something in here, man. That's how bad it smell in here, dog. He like, I can't smell it. I said, man, you tripping. That's how bad it's smelling there. That's that bulk meat in effect. you know. And then he said, oh, I just used the bathroom about 5 minutes ago. I said, boy, if that's you smelling like that, after effect, man, they might get use you. They might get use you, man. Use that stuff for chemical warfare, bro. You know, and he like laughing. I'm like, I'm dead serious, man. That's just how bad the odor is. It's just out of this world. It's just a pungent, just, man, it's vicious. So, you know, time go on like that. We rocking and we rolling with the situation, man. And then next thing you know, somebody said something to me about it again. I get up in the cell, man, and I actually tell him, man. I said, man, I made it up in my mind. I said, man, I'm going to say something to him. People keep saying something to me. I'm going to say something to him, see how the situation pan out. So I pull up on him, man. I wait till we get in the cell. We wait till the count clear and everything. I said, look, homie, man, let me holler at you about something. He was like, what's up? I said, listen, I ain't trying to be funny. I ain't trying to push nothing at you. I'm just coming at you 100. You know, you my little homie. I'm just letting you know. I said, man, everybody in the pod keep pulling up on me, talking about your hygiene, more so about your breath, saying you like to talk to people, man, you in people's face and everything, man, and say, bro, smell like a hot mess, dog. And they telling me, I'm tired of hearing, you know, I feel like they scared to tell you, or they think you might take it the wrong way or whatever. I said, but they tell me that, man, I heard something about that every day, at least once a day. I said, now I'm letting you know, from me to you, homie, with no shot stone, bruh, your breath be jumping, man. Real talk. I mean, that don't be jumping. So I said, I got some cosmetics, man. Like I told you, I got some deodorant. I got some toothpaste. You can have it. You don't owe me nothing or nothing. You can have that. That's on me to you. But I'm letting you know your jump be jumping, bro. So that's man to man. That's a pull up. Hey, my dude, my people, my brother looked me straight in the eye and said, oh, I know. Yeah, believe that, I know. And I don't care what they say. I'm telling you why. Yeah, he was like, I don't care. It don't bother me. He said, what they do, F them Bammers. Straight up, F them Bammers. You know, he said, if they don't like the way my breath smell, that's good. They can stay up on my face. He said, that's what I do it for. Keep them Bammers out my face. You know what I'm saying? He said, I don't want them in my face. That's why I do it. Hey, I ain't brushing my teeth. I don't need no toothpaste or no nothing. I know my breath be jumping. I ain't brushing my teeth. I ain't taking no showers. I ain't doing none of that while I'm locked up. Ain't nobody here for me to impress. I ain't trying to impress these Bammers. I ain't spending my money on all that old high-priced cosmetics and all that foolishness, man. I ain't got time for that. Use my money, man, to survive in here, man. Ain't nobody sending me nothing. You know what I'm saying? Little state money I get, man, I use that to survive here. I'm eating off mine. I ain't doing none of that. I ain't buying no toothpaste. I ain't buying no soap. I ain't doing none of that stuff. Deodorant, none of that. They don't like the way I smell. They don't like the way my breath smell. Get the F off my face. If they don't like that, we can wreck. We can get it in. I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at him and I'm like, boom, I can jive, like understand his logic, but at the same time, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? Bro, you supposed to want to take care of yourself for yourself, not for them. But he like, I ain't got it like that. I ain't gonna be, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be trying to budget to do this and do that, get caught, man. I ain't tripping off that. I take care of that stuff when I'm on the street. I ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, bro, I'm trying to give you some stuff. So you ain't got to, he said, I ain't going to take that from you, homie. He said, I ain't going to take it from you because I'm not going to use it. Why would I trade it off and get some food. You want me to do that? He said, nah, I ain't going to do that. You know what I'm saying? He said, I respect you and I respect the fact you trying to look out for me. That's why I ain't take it. That's why I told you I take the food, but I ain't going to take that because I ain't going to use it. He said, far as them Bammers, man, I don't care what they think about me, man. They better stay out my face. And they better not let me hear them talking about me. He said, I'm going to smash one up. And he was dead serious. He was smash one of them Bammers. You know, so I'm like, okay, all right. I feel you, all right. You know, that's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. So I left it alone. You know what I'm saying? We went on. I even told the dudes out in the pod and stuff, told me, I said, look, man, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, man, don't pull up on Southeast with that foolishness, man. I'm telling you, unless you ready to wreck, cause he gonna want to rumble. You know what I'm saying? I said something to him about it. He said that's what it is. He ain't tripping. He said, man, nobody better not pull up on him about it. So that's what it is, man. If y'all don't like his breath, y'all don't want to be around him, y'all don't like his smell, you can tell him, take the risk, or just stay away from him. But he know what time it is. He know what he doing. He know he got an odor with him. He ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, man, that's crazy. I done told you. I done gave you the warning. You know what I'm saying? So like I say, he can run, man. He won't scared at all. He's a big dude, man. You know, Southeast probably about 6'3". You know, he won't muscular or nothing like that, but he sharp. You could tell, yeah, he come from that city. He got some skills and he can ball and all that. He probably about 6'3", probably about 190, 195, somewhere up in there. He won't no little cat, and he definitely won't no pushover. So, you know, and he was smart. You know what I'm saying? He was smart, man. That was his downfall, his intellect, you know. But, you know, time went on. He kept doing this thing. He had a select few dudes that he dealt with, select few dudes that he used to kick it with all the time, play cards with or whatever. Those dudes, they weren't tripping. They respect them. They was around. But now, me personally, now I'm in the cell with, and I feel what you're doing, but at the same time, yo, you punishing me too. Cause we go on lockdown or something, you gotta use the bathroom in that cell, man. You got to defecate, man. I be in that joint, man. That joint be smashing me. I used to take a sock. I literally used to take a sock and tie it around my face. And it's crazy because we out here today in these days of age of the COVID and how we wear these masks. I used to take a sock and tie it around my face just like the mask, and when he used the bathroom to try to subside from the smell, right? And it got to the point that I was doing it every time he used the bathroom. Then when we be watching TV, I told you his breath be coming down on me, man. It's just like it be smacking me like, no, Banky, you ain't watching no TV. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it felt like. So I used to be bagging up and getting further and further back on my bunk to watch my own TV because he leaning over watching it too, and his breath is like, no. So, man, I got to the point where I started wearing the sock in the cell on a regular basis. Because, especially when I started laying there to watch TV, because his breath be so hot coming down on me. So, you know, and in retrospect, looking back to it, it could have been, you know, it was kind of like a shot at him, but I was really doing it, not for a shot at him. I was doing it because I felt like I needed it. I was getting relief from that, from all this hotness coming down on me. So when I started wearing the sock around my joint, after I started doing it for it's probably about a week and a half, I guess he noticed it, you know, getting up off the bunk to go do this, go do that. He looked, see me with the sock around my face, whatever. Or I get up and I still had the sock on, and he looked and see me. I could see the look in his face. He was a little bewildered, like, this dude got an old sock wrapped around his face. Yeah, I do, bro, because you killing me in here. But I'm dealing with it because you my homie. So I guess when he noticed that, he felt offended. And it was like maybe after I was doing it for like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks or something, I come in there one night and we get ready, something on TV. It might have been the Monday Night Football or whatever, but it was something on TV, and I go to watch it, and I know he gonna watch, so I put the sock on, right? So I'm watching it, I'm laying in there on the bed, I'm watching it and everything. So at a commercial or something, I get up to go get some, and I look up, and this dude got a sock wrapped around his face, right? So when I see the sock wrapped around his face, I immediately feel offended. I immediately feel anger, right? So I'm looking, and I look again, and he laying up there just as casual as I don't know what, with the junk wrapped around his face like me. So when I finished doing what I'm doing, I was letting it all process first, because like I say, this is a homie, so I don't want this thing to go left, but at the same time, I'm irritated as I don't know what. Because I feel like you mocking me, right? When I got a reason for what I'm doing this because I'm trying to deal with you. Because you my homie. If you want my homie, I would have been a screen on you, put you up out here or whatever. Maybe even, you know, touch you. But I'm trying to deal with all this because you is a homie. So when I see that, I just feel like, you think this a game. So I was like, man, I said, look, yo, let me ask you something, yo. He was like, what's up? I'm like, I know why I got this sock on my face, right? Tell me why you got one on yours. So he was like, what you talking about? I said, man, don't play no games, homie. Don't do that. I'm saying, I'm wearing this joint around my face, and you know why I'm wearing it around my face. I'm trying to figure out why you wearing it around yo. He's talking about, oh, you was doing it, so I felt like, I would wear it too. It's, you felt like something smell bad in here. I'm like, okay, I don't want to smell it either. I said, it's you. I'm wearing it because of you. You smell bad. Your breath smell bad. I'm watching my TV. You leaning over the joint, man. Your breath coming down in my face. You know your breath is hitting like that, man. You the one said it yourself. So now I'm trying to, deal with you and wear this, keep that up off me, and then you will get up there and put the joint on like you trying to mock me. I said, you can maybe turn this into something that's different, yo. You can maybe turn this into something different because you really pissing me off right now, right? So he told me, what you talking about? You wearing the joint, so I just wear the joint. I said, dog, you playing with me now. You playing with me, dog, and you pissing me off, homie. I'm letting you know right now, you pissing me off, man. If you want my homie, I wouldn't even be talking to you right now. He told me, what you talking about? I said, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I said, man, stop playing with me, man. Stop playing with me. I said, this thing's serious now. Now it's serious. You know what I'm saying? He told me, man, it ain't that serious. I said, it's serious, man. Because you mocking me when I'm trying to work with you. I'm trying to deal with you, bro. You the one that's in here, man. You got your own principles. I don't knock you. I ain't judging you or nothing. You talking about, I don't want to take showers. I don't want to use deodorant. I don't want to do for your own principles. And I respect that. But now you gonna try to mock me when I'm trying to deal with you. I said, come on, man. Tighten up, yo. Tighten up, man. Tighten up. This junk gonna get ugly, man. Tighten up, man. So he was like, yeah, all right, man, all right. So boom, I go on about my business, but I'm mad though. I'm really mad, So I get in the bed, I'm just mad at my business. I keep the joint on. So, like I say, that put a little strain in our relationship, man. We weren't really kicking it, like talking about after that because it was tension. Now I got tension with you because you done made me feel a certain type of way, right? He kept doing his thing, whatever. He stopped wearing the joint on his face. But at the same time, he had did it already. So it already had rubbed me the wrong way. Now, the other thing I didn't like about him was like I say, he was intellect. He was smart now, book smart and all that. The dude was sharp. I ain't taking nothing from him. Now, the police ain't like him, right? Because he always get smart with the police. He wouldn't let nothing go. And I ain't like that neither because I don't like drawing heat to myself. So he always get smart with him. They say this, that, about stand for count, do this, do. He always got something back talk to say to him. When they come shake our cell down, I really don't like confrontation with the police when they shaking my cell down because then they'll start tearing up your stuff and you ain't got no recourse. You can't do nothing about it because they in control. So he'll get the, hey, put that down, man. Why you touching that? You don't supposed to, and do all that and make the people even go harder than what they normally go. And I ain't like that. And I used to say stuff to him about that. But what it was he had got his hands on some type of paper that they got in the DOC, Department of Corrections, that was a memorandum of the code of conduct for officers. This was a code of conduct which meant that this was the rules and regulations that these officers had to follow, and it was a code of conduct that they were supposed to handle themselves in a certain manner and in a professionalism, that certain things that they weren't supposed to do, as is being argumentative, as if being abusive with their language, cursing at you. A lot of things they weren't supposed to do that a lot of people ain't know, but it was in the code of conduct, and he had that copy of that paperwork. Where he got it from, I don't know, but I do know he wasn't supposed to have it. But when he did have it, and he was so sharp, he used to memorize that stuff, and when they be out of bounds, he used to quote it to them. And not only did he quote it to him, he quoted it to him using the code's number or precise joke that they fell up under. Hey, look, man, the way you talking right there, you being abusive, and per section code -422.6 says the officer must conduct this, and he used to quote that stuff, and they used to be like, and they were like, oh, how you know that? You see what I'm saying? But that's what he used to do. So now he done created a target. He done made us a target where they always targeting ourselves because he always getting smart. So I'm telling him, man, look, you got to cut that out, Joe. You know what I'm saying? You running these people up in the cell, man. Man, I ain't got time for that. I'm trying to get from out these mountains. You know what I'm saying? He was like, man, they ain't gonna carry me. They ain't gonna carry me. They ain't gonna be coming at me like that, man. They coming at me. I know they wrong. I know they wrong, man. Listen. And he showed me the junk. And he said, man, this they code of conduct. And I read it, yo. And I was in awe myself because a lot of things that you took for granted or you thought that was okay, it is not. But at the same time, you got to pick your battles, man. You can't beat these people at their own game, you know. And then what you pumping to them, they wonder where you get this information from or how do you know this information, right? So like I say, he used to stay at beefing with a man and stay on him. If they did anything wrong, he would recite something to them and tell them what they doing wrong, why they doing wrong. And they used to always be at all like, well, how you know that or what you talking? Or he used to look at him and straight tell him, oh, you know I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you know, you mess around and get a lawsuit on you. Yeah, I sue you. You know what I'm saying? And they back off. A lot of them are back off, which was unusual because we up here in racism counted, bro. I'm talking we up here where they treat black people like episode of Roots. You know, Roots. I'm talking about Alex Haley Roots. You know, so it was crazy that he could fend them off like that. But I think what he did was he pissed them off so much and said too much out of his mouth that was too precise. And by being so precise, I think them officers went to their superiors like lieutenants and captains and said something about it. Right? So one day, when you leave out your cell on Wallace Ridge, you go to recreation, you go to the child hall, which is the kitchen, or you go and visit, or anytime you out your cell, they subject to come in your cell and look through your property, which I felt like was totally invasion of privacy if you have any in prison, but it just was invasion of your space. And they used to do that. That's why a lot of times up in Wallace Ridge, I didn't like to go out to rec. I didn't go eat anyway, but I didn't like to go nowhere unless it was a visitation, which when I was up in the mountains, I didn't even go to that. So I barely went out of my cell, but when I did or go to rec or something, then they come in your cell and go through your stuff. I didn't like that at all because I don't want nobody going through my stuff, number one. I definitely don't want nobody going through my stuff when I'm not there, when I'm not available. So that's what they do though. So evidently one time we go to rec and he go and I go. We go and play ball. When we come back, the police done been through everybody's cell. Some dudes that stay in, they holler and tell you, hey man, they stayed in such and such cell a long time. Y'all check y'all stuff. Hey man, they stayed in whoa. So we come in, they telling us, yo, bang, police was in your cell for a long time, man. They had the lieutenant and everybody in there. They stayed in there for a minute. So I'm like, what? So when we get in there, I'm looking through all my stuff, trying to see what's going on, what's missing, what's out of place, whatever. I usually have a visual, count of all my stuff. I can look and see if anything mine's been moved to the slightest. I even have that out here. I can tell if I leave my stuff a certain way. If you come and turn it like this, and when I had it like this, when I look at it, I know you done touched my stuff. So I come back in, and I'm like, boom, I'm looking. All my stuff is in effect. His stuff is in shambles. So I know they come in there looking for. They come in there messing with him. But at the same time, it's still drawing heat on me. He get to looking through his stuff. He like, boom, boom, boom. One thing missing. Only one thing missing. That code of conduct paper. He got it in there and he don't even supposed to have it. They came in there and they took that out. Now, normally they could have locked him up for that. They could have locked him up just alone from taking that paper and knowing that he had it with possession of that paper. But they know that he know what he know because he know that paper. They try to let it be. But what did he do, y'all? What do he do? He harassed them. He harassed the people. Oh, I know y'all took that paper out my cell. The people act like they don't know what you talking about. We ain't take nothing out. Oh, y'all took it out here. Y'all know I had it. I know what you have. Don't worry about it. I know y'all know. I know the rule. I'm going to sue y'all. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. So now he got the people down on the cell hot. I'm trying to holler at him. He don't want to listen to me. No, man, they came in and took my stuff. That's stealing. I'm going to file Jump with the magistrate. That's petty larceny. Da da da. I said, man, you is tripping, dog. You is cocaine tripping. Them people don't care nothing about you filing a lawsuit, man. You gonna make them people cross you up, man. You better leave them alone. Man, I ain't worried about them. I ain't got but 2 years anyway. They can't do nothing to me. I'm going on the street regardless. Wow. Woo. Shh. Show his grits his groceries. About 2 or 3 days after he get to making all that noise, they come right around there, come right up in the cell, and tell me they shaking us down. They go right up in there, go right through all the stuff, go up on this bump, and pull out, lo and behold, oh Lord, they got a knife. They got a knife all of a sudden. They ain't got a knife. Man, ain't got no knife, man. I know for a fact he ain't got no knife. He screaming bloody, I ain't got no knife. Woo. Y'all trying to set me up, whatever. Man, boom, we locking you up. They cuff him up, take him out, pack all this stuff. And they basically say to me, you know, when they leaving, yeah, your Celly mouth too big. You should have kept his mouth closed. I'm just looking at him like, man, what y'all need, man? Man, packing stuff up, put all this stuff in the bag. And this how dirty they is. This how how vicious. They talking about, oh yeah, and we don't care if he got stuff missing or anything. Anything of his you want to keep, you can keep it. I'm like, bro, I'm packing all this stuff. They say, yeah, well, I don't care what you do with it. So I know that they didn't even respect this property when I gave it to them. They probably messed this stuff up, got some of this stuff missing by the time he got it, whatever. That's how vicious they play up there. That's how vicious they play in the system. That's how vicious it is in the system. You can't beat these people. It's impossible. They undefeated, man. Because they're in an authority position, they do what they want to do, and you in a submissive position because you just a convict, a convicted convict. They don't care what you got to say. Your word means nothing. Zero. And that's how he ended up leaving my cell, man. They locked him up. And I felt bad for him, even though he, up in there, smelling like a skunk, a wet skunk. But at the same time, he's still a convict. He's still my homeboy. He's still my little homie. And they dragged him, man, just because of his mouth, just because of his intellect. It's one thing to have knowledge, but it's how you apply that knowledge, man. You should also use the same knowledge to say silence is king sometime, man. Silence is king. Even a fish would not end up on your dinner plate if he kept his mouth closed. You see what I'm saying? So he don't know how to keep his mouth closed. He couldn't keep his mouth just shut and let the powers that be be. If you want to fight that and contest that and bring up something against that, you wait till you get on the street and go at them people, man. You less than 2 years away. Them people can cross you up, do whatever they want to do to you when you in their possession. But when you on the outside of their possession, then the ball's in your court. But he ain't want to listen. He ain't want to listen, man. And that's how he ended up getting up out my cell. They locked him up. I never ended up seeing him no more, man. And which led to this story, man. But that's the only reason I remembered him the most was because, like I say, all of these stories are synonymous. They just interchangeable. I've seen all these type of scenarios before. But I ain't never had nobody in my cell with that type of with that type of hotness, man, going on with the hygiene and stuff. Because if I had to, I would have got rid of him. Only reason I ain't get rid of him, he was my homie. But he literally told me out of his own mouth, I don't do showers. I don't do cosmetics. I don't brush my teeth. I don't do none of that. I don't waste my money on that type of stuff right there. If I'm going to spend my money, I'm going to eat mine and I'm going to poop it out in the toilet, bro. I ain't trying to be up in no penitentiary. Ran a whole bunch of knuckleheads trying to have some fresh breath and good hygiene, smelling good, spending my money on. For what? For what? And when you put it in those type of words, it make you say it. You know what I'm saying? But that's how he carried it. He said, I ain't doing all that, man. But I care about a bunch of knuckleheads talking about my breath stink, about my hygiene. I don't care nothing about that, man. I don't want none of them niggas, and I hope they don't on me. That's how he felt. And he had me at awful words. I'm like, okay. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I had to deal with him up in there. Bang, bang, bang. I felt like I'm dodging punches. Like, oh, man, what you talking? Talk to the side. You know what I'm saying? Because that junk was jumping. Believe that. And with him eating all that bulk meat, I went through it, man. I went through it for a minute, man. But salute to Southeast, man, my homie, man. DC stand up. Yeah, we got all kinds out that city, bro. But we out that city, believe that. So, you know, that was a story I wanted to share with y'all, man. I hope y'all liked it. I hope y'all got something up out of it. Like I say, in every lesson there is a blessing. And the blessing is that he didn't get hurt, he didn't get beat up, not to my knowledge. But the blessing is knowledge is king, man. The more you know, the further you go. But knowledge without application is useless. He had the right knowledge, but he applied it wrong. You never let the left hand know what the right hand doing. You never do that. You never do that. See what I'm saying? If you got the knowledge, why let them know you got the knowledge? You use the knowledge to your advantage, and when they know it, it's too late. They can't do nothing about it. But he spoke prematurely. He spoke too much, and he spoke before he was in a power position. You don't speak truth till you're in a power position, because if you speak truth to power, they're going to overpower you. So just keep that in mind, man. Knowledge is king, man, but it has to be applied right. Big shout out to Team Banky Pound, man. Y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Come back. We got some more going. We gonna make this a movement. We got to build these numbers up. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell somebody they know to come over here with us and join this TBP, Team Banky Pound movement, man. We going in the right direction, and that's straight to positivity, man. I love y'all. Be safe out there. Be smart. Make good decisions. I'll see you next time. Boom, boom.